So today we're working on 8.6 Blackout, and we're gonna take a look at some Spectre and some 300 Blackout as well. Take a look at this little 3D printed box they sent me. This comes to us from Phantom Defense, and it's fully loaded with some 8.6 Blackout. Take a closer look here. Looks like they're using Starline brass, and it appears to be a Maker Rex. How much do these weigh? Normally they'll come in a box like this that says 350 grain subsonic Rex HVT, and I believe those are the same. Well, they're seated. Seating is quite a bit different. Let's get an overall length on these. Interesting. Going a different direction than I thought we would. Now, before you run away because I'm measuring bullets, if I do too much of this, I have to put this over on the reloading channel because I lose your attention. 2.75 versus a 2.66. Okay, so it would appear that all of those are the longer. All right, I'm gonna have to ask them some questions about what these are, because these are all seated different. Don't let me lose your attention. The seating depth only matters if you're a reloader. For the rest of you, it doesn't matter. Don't even worry about it. If you're buying ammo from a company, you're just gonna have to trust that they did it correctly. That's kind of the assumption of the deal that we have when we buy ammo off the shelf in a box. So, and then what is in this one? Oh, these are different. So in here, another Eagle Run 2-3 box, which I greatly appreciate. Nice touch, Phantom Defense. We've got what I'm assuming, well, I shouldn't assume. I'm gonna have to find out. A totally different bullet design. These are looking more like a match bullet or maybe even a supersonic load. I'll have to ask them what those are because I wanna make sure before I shoot them. Got like 100 rounds of that, and then they sent a couple other boxes, and this will all be tested. I'll give you data. It's coming up soon because I also have some offerings from Steinel. So Steinel looks like this box right here, and this is Steinel company. I think they're in Michigan, maybe. They also have a 300 grain subsonic, and some of their early stuff. I have a little bit left over of this box that they sent out maybe like 6-8 months ago. So Steinel also does a Maker, but it looks like he sent me some Sierra Match King, so that's cool. This new batch is listed at 1030 feet per second, and his old sticker says 1050. I don't mind 1030 at all, especially as a company. You want to make sure it is truly subsonic if you're saying it's subsonic, and 1050 may not be subsonic everywhere, depending on your elevation. And then Halworx, their box kind of looks like this. This is, again, 8.6 Blackout. And what do we have in here? Oh, this is some leftover of the 313. I don't think he's doing 313s anymore. And then we have the 300 expander. So 300 grain, like a Maker Rex. I think it's a Maker Rex. So it's the expanding bullet. Some of the companies are still doing different loads for different barrel lengths, which is totally fine. Just tell them what barrel length you have. Make sure you order the right one. He's got brand new boxes. Those are shiny and nice. And the older boxes were just white with a sticker on them. So nice little upgrade for Halworx there on their boxes. Now, with all of the conversation on the 338 ARC, a lot of people are just becoming aware of the 338 Spectre. So Halworx actually loads a 338 Spectre. It's in a little smaller box, AR-15 size round, and he has a 160 grain TTSX. TTSX, so that's the Barnes tipped TSX bullet. That's what the extra T stands for. So we've got 20 of those. Now, I have never shot Spectre supersonic yet, but some of the cool things that people are realizing about the 338 ARC is that it is both a supersonic and a subsonic. I'm mostly interested in subsonic just due to how I use the gun, but versatility is king, especially when you don't have 17 different rifles all in different calibers. It's nice to be able to take one gun, sub or super, depending on the day, depending on the season, depending on whatever job you need that thing to do. So these Barnes bullets are good. I haven't loaded the 160s in 8.6, but a 160 Inspector, that should be interesting. I expect this to be very accurate. One advantage that Spectre has over 8.6 is smaller case capacity, more consistent SDs, which leads to better accuracy. One more, I forgot to show you this one. One more little 3D printed box from Phantom Defense, and this one is loaded with 300 Blackout. Exciting stuff. Let me show you what we're gonna shoot them out of. Definitely not the first time on the channel, but a couple of you guys may be new here, and this is the 8.6 Blackout. That is the 10-inch barrel. It's a custom barrel from Mostech, and this one is actually 8.6 1 in 5 twist. We have a really great action here. This is the FX7 action from Faxon, and it's in a Timber Creek chassis. Beautiful tracked optic there on top, and a delightfully light trigger from Elfman Tactical. It's real light. Probably I've tightened it up once, so this is actually tighter than it was. I've tightened it up once, but it's still real light. You just think about pulling the trigger and she pops. So anyway, this gun has been phenomenal. If you're looking to build a bolt gun, I cannot explain to you how unbelievably simple this process was. Faxon sells this as a barreled action. That's what they call it on their website. Barreled action. Pick up a trigger. I like the Elf. Timneys are great. You don't even have to spend $300 on one. You can get a cheaper one. There's several great options for a trigger. A couple of pins and a fitment. You just stick it in there, slide the pins in, your trigger's installed. It's phenomenally easy. And then pick yourself up a chassis. Now, I went a little long on this one, but I think it's okay. Timber Creek has this in one length, and they did send this out to me. I'm wondering if they'll have some shorter options down the road, or if this is just like a one-size-fit-all. You've got 6 M-LOK sections there on the side. That reminds me, Ultradyne has a chassis that just came out, and I would like to try it out too. They have theirs available in a 3, a 5, and a 7, I believe. So one a little longer, one a little shorter, and then one way shorter than what you see here. But did it in burnt bronze. Got some titanium with the grip and the tracked optic. But we need to do some accuracy testing. This gun was built and assembled when we were mowing through builds so quickly that they just did not get the attention that they deserve. So this fall, we've been able to slow down and give a little bit more attention to some of these builds. I had a lot of help putting this together from our channel partners. Faxon sent out the action. I would 100%, if I was buying it with my own money, I would buy it again. They aren't cheap, but I would 100% buy it. The chassis was sent out from Timber Creek. I would pay my own money for it. And they have a 1022 chassis that looks real similar, that is super tempting. There could be a 1022 build coming on that. Elfman is always very supportive with their triggers. I first played with this trigger at SHOT Show. It's been out a little while, but that's the first time I got to play with it. I knew I had to have one when I felt it there. Now, this tracked, while they are very supportive of us, this particular one, they can't send me as many as I need. So this one I did have to buy, but I love the optic. I would really love to have like 3 of these. This is a 1-to-8, and it's so good that I would like 2 or 3 of them. And then the barrel from Mostech, they're helping us out making some barrel. They're actually one of the ones that are making us an arc barrel. Sometimes in the hunting situations, you don't always know what you're going to end up with, and you don't always know, is my blind going to be upwind or downwind? So I don't know till I get out there. It's a 2-hour drive. I can't afford to drive out there and waste the time. So I can get there, make the call, and even shoot off of the Sunway Photo tripods. They are all ARCA. And it turns out that the Timber Creek doesn't have the ARCA integration. I think the Ultradyne does, but no problem, because Odinworks has a great ARCA rail. This 4-inch ARCA rail section, and it M-LOKs on. We will put it, well, now that I see this, I don't know which way it goes. Does it go that way? I would think it goes this way. That way you have a little bit of a bevel to get it in your in your block, but we'll research that. So we're gonna put this M-LOK section on. We're gonna take some Steinel and some Phantom. We're gonna run it through the 1 in 5 twist to see some accuracy. And then we're gonna run it through probably the Bear Creek 16-inch. I also have my SLR Rifleworks, it's an 8-inch. I have lots of choices in 8.6 Blackout guns. So I'm gonna put some range footage in here and we'll be back at the bench talking about our results. All right, it was a beautiful day to be out at the range. I shot over 100 rounds of 8.6 Blackout. Reminded how much I love that tracked optic and the facts in action. Build one if you can, because I think they're great. Talking to the guys from Phantom Defense to get a clarification on what some of that ammo was. The pointy ones are a 300 solid, and then they have both a 300 and a 350 in the Maker Rec style expanders. He mentioned that typically the 300s shoot better, but out of my 1 in 5 twist, I actually got the 350s to shoot pretty well. Here's a group of the 300s. I didn't measure this one because it wasn't great. It was more than 2 inches. Out of the 350s, we had a 0.81 and a 1.9. That was a 5-shot group as well. And then the 300s just didn't do that well. That's 2 5-shot groups, and they opened up quite a bit. So maybe the twist rate on that is throwing that off. I think that most people with a 1 in 3 will have probably better success with that 300. I have some left, and we'll shoot it through a Bear Creek, a Faxon. I do have plenty of 1 in 3 twists, different barrel lengths, so we'll try it in a Faxon and Aikens, and of course a Bear Creek as well. 2 more groups from the 300. I mean, it's okay. That'll definitely shoot a pig or a deer, and these were all at 100 yards. Over here, I did shoot a supersonic group of a 1.49, and that was that 160 grain Barnes from Halworx. It did pretty good, 1.5 inch group for that one. And a 1.3 from that Barnes. I have got the 210 Barnes to be sub MOA pretty consistently on my hand loads. So if you're looking for a supersonic load, and I've said this multiple times, the supersonic 8.6 Blackout is highly underrated, misunderstood, not utilized as much as it could be, because most of us are looking for that subsonic. But the supersonic 8.6 is a good round, and you can get sub MOA with it. It is tougher to get sub MOA with a subsonic gun. Halworx had that 313 grain expander. I think he doesn't like that bullet anymore, and I think he's no longer loading for it. So you can't even get that one anymore. We also shot some Steinel. We have a 1.8 and a 1.1 from Steinel. Those are also 350s from Steinel as well. So my 1 in 5 twist really likes the 350s. My best groups of the day were with the Halworx 300 grains. We had a 0.96, a 1.0, a 0.49. That's a 3-shot group right there. Pretty nice. And then a 1.3. Thank you very much to Phantom Defense and Steinel, Halworx. They all sent in ammo for some of our tests in this video and a couple other videos coming down the road. Thank you guys very much for supporting us and helping us get the word out about some new ammo. Phantom is new in the 8.6. I've talked to them several times on the phone. They're very active on Instagram as well. So if you have a question, reach out to them. It looks like they have 3 or 4 different offerings and maybe some more supersonics down the road. I have them linked up on my ammo page for 8.6, and they do have an Eagle Run 2.3 code. When it comes to who you're buying your ammo from, I think it's important that you're able to reach and talk to these people, kind of know a little bit about them and what their motivations are. Steinel does a really good job. They're using Starline brass now. It's good to see a couple of different offerings from them. They were just doing 2 or 3 offerings. They have some more choices, and the 350 shot well for me today. I want to shoot their Match Kings though. I didn't get to shoot those today. We kind of ran out of time. Halworx is really good about testing. He's very meticulous about his loads and that load development. Happy to be able to show you these choices. If you're looking for something, reach out to them on Instagram. They're all very active, great guys. The complete list of all the Blackout ammo that we've tested is on eaglerun23.com. Really excited about our ammo test today. We've got several other things planned coming soon. If you're looking for 8.6 Blackout ammo and you're not going to reload your own, it's good to know that there's great choices out there from some solid companies. Reach out and try some of them. You'll probably find something that works well in your gun, and definitely ask them some questions. They're good guys. They're just like us, and they want to help you find the best thing, the best matchup for what your project is. These guys are working hard to put good quality ammo out. Reach out to them, ask them some questions about your setup, see if they have a recommendation for you. We definitely have more 8.6 Blackout coming. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.